Good evening, everyone. William in here, 1799. Glad you come around. If you like this video, share it, please. And I got a neat little show for you. I'm going to upset all the anti-gun people, politicians. Hey, that's what I always do. Let's get into this thing called assault weapon. And believe me, it's a joke. Not what I'm going to explain to you, but what they're trying to do. Politicians aren't stupid here. They're not. They love to play word games. They love to play manipulation. They love to point fingers. But they miss the key points to this. Assault weapons. Various types, various styles. And I'm going to tell you, they're out there. They're in your home. They're in your garage. They're in your closets. They're in your workplace. They're in your trunk of your car. It's the car itself. Your bicycle. Stones, rocks, sharp branches, clubs, like this guy. Tools. Shoe boots. This little head roll works back in his head. Good old belt. T-shirt. Strangle people with. Knives. Right. Very powerful weapons. Benjamin Franklin said, "The pen is mightier than the sword." He was right. You said some Dear John letters or Dear Jane letters to your boot camp buddies. And last but not least, there's more than that though. Your wife's favorite weapon when you piss her off. Guarantee you this will hurt. You might not get anything cooked after that then. What I'm trying to tell you is the AR-15 is not the only assault weapon out there, yet they wish to make that the prime piece. See, Josh Trudeau of Canada did the same thing. He banned all your assault weapons and then went after the handguns. Now he's after hunting the shotguns. The same thing now they're trying to do here in the United States. Wow, right? What makes this so weird to all this is that none of this is going to stop crime. Crime's been here since human beings learned to walk the face of this planet. They picked up all kinds of objects, and what do? Make weapons out of them. Or tools for hunting. This could be used as a tool. Put an axe head on the end of this, or a hammer. Right? File, this fixed metal. Something on your feet to protect your feet from walking. Something to keep you warm. Something to shine the light in the dark. Write notes, love notes, maps. Hunting, cutting, be able to make things or feed yourselves. Something to cook with. Right? Something to make the fire for. Something to drink out of. Or it can be used as a weapon. I just displayed a small, minute piece of weapons. And a small, minute piece of tools. Now, if we're going after assault weapons, we got a whole band of them here. And more. The most deadliest weapon is the one that picks each one of these up. Will make it a weapon. Your hands are weapons or tools. This is the most powerful weapon there is. Right? It moves everything. It channels the energy to here, moves these objects here, and does the job. But if this guy up here is not functioning properly, you have problems. That's where the red flag law is supposed to come into effect, by the way. Now, I went back far back as the Florida school shooting. I could have went further back, but to me it was just minute. People knew these individuals. Red flag laws were there. Background checks were there. Stopped nothing. More events. Red flag laws, background checks, nothing did anything. Tennessee school shooting. Same thing. Everybody knew what was going on. Nobody stopped the issue. The recent shooting up in Maine. Same thing. It's a scenario. Constantly goes on and on and on. And red flag laws failed. Miserably. Background checks failed. Miserably. But they want more gun control. We all know the story about old Jack the Ripper, huh? How many women he killed? Just a simple little thing like this? I was just reading, which I'm going through right now. 2 days ago, 7 people were stabbed. 3 are critical. 2 are dead. The rest don't have life-threatening injuries. Was your assault weapon, wasn't it? Or was it the individual? See, we can contain assault weapon. Law-abiding citizens do not commit crimes. They want to protect themselves, they want to protect their families, they want to protect their friends, they want to protect their communities. They're not the criminals. The government wants to consider them they are. So when we have all these so-called tools or weapons, think about it for a minute. Where's the common sense in all this? When we skip mental health, this is what happens. When you ignore mental health, this is what happens. Now, I understand that these politicians are not doctors, they aren't lawyers, or some if they're that. I want to turn around and tell you that we need to ban assault weapons. That's the way we're going to stop all this problem. Yeah, and no. Kamala Harris talked about it also, about banning assault weapons, the death, the horrific of gun violence in our country. Well, if she did her job like she's supposed to, you wouldn't have a lot of these problems to begin with. You have drug addictions coming over our country, illegal firearms coming from this country, drug traffickers, terrorists, you name it. But they won't ban your right to defend themselves. Now, what real common sense government would do that, to violate and to put in danger innocent citizens of their country? That's a real good question, huh? But yet they can sit there and complain about your firearm, your magazines. It's a tool. It's an inanimate object unless someone picks it the fuck up and uses it. Forgive my language. That's all it is. Yes, deer don't have Kevlar vests. I wouldn't be surprised if the government starts making it for them. Like I said before, people, you gotta read into these things. We're all Americans here, despite what the mouth they sell, that we're supremacists and we're this and we're that, and we're going to destroy democracy and we're going to destroy the country and destroy the world. The whole 9-yard nonsense is what it is. We are Americans. We need to learn to be Americans. And the only way we're going to do it is we gotta learn to come together. Politicians up there are supposed to protect your rights, not put them on the table for negotiations. That's why they hate the Constitution. Yet Mark Milley says the military will protect and defend the Constitution, but the Democrats want to destroy the Constitution. You see a conflict of interest here? But no, they're going to blame that on you and me and everybody else. Never surrender anything. Never give up anything. If you've been reading these billboard signs about terrorism in our country, possibility, terrorism around the world, you have to be a complete fool to surrender anything you got because they tell you to. Because by the time law enforcement got together, by the time the police could get themselves there in time, the damage is already done. All of these stuff is just tools. That's all. But in the wrong hands, they're deadly weapons. Especially this stuff you buy over the counter. Right? Can of gasoline. Anything. I mean, there's all kinds of deadly weapons out there. Go to any hardware store. Go to any shopping mall. Go anywhere. Go out in the woods. Go to any farm field. But it comes from up here. And they won't address that. Like I said before, people, an assault weapon is what picks it up. Your magazine, your box, the ammunition put into it goes inside the firearm. Feeding device. Well, what feeds that device? What feeds that box? You. You're the feeding device now. Bolt action rifle. You keep putting it in, pull the trigger, pull it back up on the one, pull it out. You're now the feeding device. But they don't mention that. They skip all that. You gotta read into these politicians. You gotta step on them hard. Get rid of these damn cold fools up there that don't want to do anything. We're all Americans. Your constitutional rights belong to you. Not up for negotiation. Not from some foreign country or the UN can turn and say, no, this is all abolished now. Stick it. No, this is ours. Too many people paid a heavy price for it. And today, they're doing the same damn thing, paying a fat price for it. Don't give up anything. Don't surrender anything. Until then, keep your friends and family close. And try not to piss your wife off. This will clean your clock. It's a number 8, too.